The god who became a king. In the 16th century, the fortified town of Orcha in central India was ruled by King Madhukar Shah, a passionate devotee of Lord Krishna. His queen, Ganesh Kumari, was an equally passionate devotee of Lord Rama. The royal couple often debated whose god was greater. One day, the king mocked his queen's devotion. "If your Rama is so powerful, why don't you bring him here to Orcha?" It was meant as a taunt, but the queen took it as a challenge. Undaunted, the queen set on foot for Ayodhya, Lord Rama's sacred city, hundreds of kilometers away. Once there, she sat on the banks of the holy Saryu River and began an intense, unwavering meditation. Weeks passed, then months. Lord Rama did not appear. Broken and desperate, the queen decided to end her life by throwing herself into the river. But the moment she stepped into the water, Lord Rama appeared before her, moved by her extraordinary devotion. Lord Rama agreed to accompany the queen back to Orcha, but only under three unbreakable conditions. The first one, he would travel in the queen's arms as a child, and the journey must be made entirely on foot. The second one, the journey must take place during the auspicious constellation Pushya Nakshatra. And the third one, wherever the queen set him down, that place would become his permanent abode. He could never be moved. And most importantly, in Orcha, he must be treated not as a god in a temple, but as a king on a throne. The queen sent word ahead to Orcha. King Madhukar Shah, now humbled, ordered the construction of a grand temple, the Chaturbhuj temple, to receive Lord Rama. But when the queen finally arrived from a long journey on foot, the temple was not yet complete. Exhausted, she placed the idol of Lord Rama down in her own palace, the Rani Mahal. And just like that, the third condition was sealed. Lord Rama could never be moved. King Madhukar Shah did something no king has done before. He willingly surrendered his crown and his kingdom to Lord Rama. He crowned the deity as the official king of Orcha and chose to rule only as a caretaker. To this day, Lord Rama is the reigning king of Orcha. He is not worshipped with temple bells. He receives a daily guard of honor from armed police, just as a living monarch would. Legends say that after all this, Lord Krishna appeared to King Madhukar Shah in a dream and gently told him, "Rama and Krishna are one and the same. By honoring Rama, you have honored me." The devotion of a queen, the humility of a king, and the grace of a god who agreed to step down from heaven to sit on a human throne. That is the story of Ram Raja Temple, Orcha.